A woman went to a wealthy family's house to apply for a maid position. Her cheap, poor-quality dress suddenly tore apart. To cover the awkward situation, she used the excuse of the hot weather, and casually took off her jacket, tying it around her waist, just as she was secretly relieved that the lady of the house hadn't noticed. The wealthy husband walked right up to her, and warmly greeted her.
Louisa Clark.
Despite Louisa's resume being plain and unremarkable, this small gesture of her covering her thighs earned her quite a few impression points. The wealthy lady didn't hesitate for long, and hired the seemingly humble Louisa. What she didn't expect was that this was the most conservative Louisa had dressed that day. Soon after, the lady told her the salary was very generous, and her main task was simply to chat and keep her paralyzed son company. Upon hearing this, Louisa secretly rejoiced. However, when the door slowly opened, she was instantly stunned. It was then that Louisa realized this job was far from as simple as she had imagined. Apparently, Will's mind was completely clear. He simply had an extreme aversion to any outside caretakers. That's why he had pretended to be so frail. Even though she could foresee the possibility of facing Will's troubles, Louisa still gritted her teeth and accepted the job, because her family, on the brink of collapse, left her with no other option. Her father's company went bankrupt and he was unemployed. Her mother was exhausted from taking care of the household. Her younger sister got pregnant out of wedlock and had a baby. Now her older sister had found a job, and her younger sister was hoping to go back to university to finish her studies. The entire burden of supporting the family fell squarely on Louisa's shoulders. The next day, Louisa started her job. She was told by the doctor that her only responsibility was to ensure Will took his medication on time. She didn't have to worry about anything else. Faced with such a generous salary, Louisa was determined to help Will step out of his gloom. In the following days, though Will remained cold and indifferent, Louisa never gave up. Her outfits became more and more glamorous each day, with bold and exaggerated colors, all in hopes of getting even the slightest smile from Will. At first, Will was just surprised, but gradually, he found her unique fashion style hard to bear. Unlike others who were cautious, Louisa never treated Will like a disabled person. Her carefree personality often led to all sorts of amusing blunders, but it was this honesty that brought some color back into Will's life. He even began to look forward to her presence. But these subtle changes, Louisa remained unaware of. In her eyes, Will was still the same cold and bitter person, until one day, Will's ex-girlfriend and a friend came to visit. The two hesitated, before finally admitting to Will they were together now. Will appeared calm on the surface, but his heart was already in pieces. After they left, Louisa heard sounds coming from inside the room. She rushed to check, and found Will had shattered the photo frame of him and his ex. As a disabled person, even releasing his emotions was so restricted. How could he offer happiness to someone he loved? Louisa, thinking she was being kind, reassembled the broken photo frame, hoping to preserve that beautiful memory for Will. But this action completely enraged him. He once again lashed out at Louisa. Louisa couldn't understand why Will always kept people at a distance, arming himself with sharp words. But this time, she didn't stay silent. You don't need to be such a jerk. I'm not doing this because I care about you, or because I particularly enjoy being around you. I'm just doing this because I need this job. I really need the money. To her surprise, Will didn't argue. Perhaps he had sensed Louisa's difficult situation. He didn't want to add to her troubles. From that point on, Will's attitude changed significantly. A smile began to appear on his face. With Louisa by his side, he even agreed to go outdoors for a walk. Everyone around him was shocked by the change. Even the doctor said it had been a long time since he'd seen Will smile so happily. Louisa felt a deep sense of accomplishment. Just as she was gaining more confidence in the job, she accidentally overheard a quarrel between Will's parents. That's when she discovered he had been hiding a secret all along. Want to know what happens next? Follow me. The story is about to reveal a secret that will completely shake her world.